understand who killer the dog was.
Well, I just think...
Bum. What's up, Mike?
What's happening, man?
I'm trying to contain myself because today I'm going to go off. And if you hear things in the background, it's because I'm having things working in the house. But how's life in Mikey world?
Dude, life is awesome.
It
Real
is?
awesome. I went to this EDM festival over the weekend. It's electronic dance music. Annie brought me to it. I'm a metal guy, so I go to metal concerts, I go to rock shows, this and that. I listen to that type of music when I'm doing computer work, whatever. Never went to one of those festivals. It was awesome. It blew my mind, dude.
What? Okay, you got to walk me through this because it's just the way I imagine this right now, Mike. Is you go there and is it a big room? It's a hall.
It's
like a
it was on
venue?
Randall's Island. Outside.
Outside?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
so like
yeah.
that whole, okay, so there's drugs involved, I'm assuming.
Not with me, but around, yes.
Around, yes. Now, when I
Yes.
say drugs, I don't include weed. I'm talking maybe there's a little rougher, a little pill here, a little people staring at something for 40 minutes. This is how I visualize, and I just hear. Is it that?
Yes, but like a little more extreme. It's very fast, in your face. Like it was for me
Like
being
MAGAs.
there. It was
Extreme
awesome.
like MAGAs.
Yeah. It was an experience, man. It was pretty cool. I got there, we waited in line for like an hour to get our wristbands, and meanwhile I haven't eaten anything, so I'm like hangry. And then we get in there and I get this loaded chicken fry basket, and with the music and the food, it just hit, and I was all over the place, man. It was great.
And how long did this last?
It was 3 days.
You were there for 3 days?
I went. We went Friday and Saturday. I actually called out of work on Saturday to go there.
Wow. All
Yeah,
right.
but it was an experience. I definitely can't wait to do something like that again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I guess, all right. I guess that's part of a venting. Back in the day, I go to a metal concert and you're venting. You're thrashing your head. You're pumping your fist. Back in before that, you were Native American around the fire. You were releasing the spirits. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. I think I get it. Sounds like a lot of fun.
Releasing the spirits. I like it.
You never felt threatened. Like you never thought like, all right, this guy's tripping a little too. Yeah, babe. Whoa. Stay in your section, brother. Stay in your section. Relax a little.
There were people going a little wild. There were some people just like sitting on the grass with blankets over them, just staring at the lights, just kind of zonked out. But everybody kind of kept to themselves. Yep. That's pretty good. Yeah.
That sounds very interesting, Mike. Okay.
And real quick from that, nice little segue. I watched your Crowder show, the Ash Wednesday show.
You love Crowder,
dude. That was awesome.
Oh yeah,
it was a great show, man.
Thank you.
Like seeing, having Dave here was cool, but he was there. But you being in the same room with Dave and Crowder, like that, it was an awesome show. Like what you guys were talking about and everything. It was. He's a pistol, man. He's like, pew, 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 pew.
He's fast too.
Yeah, he's real quick. Yep.
He's on his feet. I learned a lot about him. I didn't know. I didn't know that Steve was a comedian for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't follow anyone. I don't know if he brought it up in the interview, but I guess his mom used to work for this place called the Montreal Comedy Festival. The comedians used to go, and it was a big industry thing, and you try to get discovered there. And I filmed some stuff up there, and his mom used to work at this gala, and he said when he was a teenager, like I was one of his favorites, and I was cool to him. It was just, I didn't know there was a history like that with him. I would have never guessed that. I would have never, but yeah, he has his dad around. I really, he seems like he puts a lot on his plate, and
Yeah.
I really I tip my hat for his energy. I tell you that, and some of his insight. But he was very kind. I thought it was a cool interview.
Yeah, it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And anybody who is in the Breuniverse who hasn't seen it yet, head over there and check it out. It was a really good interview.
Mike, are you able to put that on as a link?
Yeah, we can
Like
probably
somewhere?
put it down in the description for you.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
I got you a cup and a shirt.
Oh, nice.
Come on. Who's a good guy? Who's thinking of you? Yeah,
You are, Jim.
I got you back. I saw you with the one cup. I think you need a better one.
Yeah, well, I took it from Annie, so
I like
she
it.
needs it back.
I got Annie her cup. It's all good.
Nice.
All right, so let me get some goofy stuff out of the way, and then I want to get into this. I think we got to get into this. This is going to be, we're going to have fun with this. But just real quick, this weekend, I am in Las Vegas, South Point Casino. Super excited. One of the Patreon members that's also always on one of the Zooms and all that. We're going to get to meet, hang out. Can't wait to see them. The Patreon, I did did podcast this month. The Patreon member, it's I'm really enjoying the Patreon page. So I'm about to put some different stuff up there. But this weekend I will be at South Point Casino, which is in Las Vegas. I got some dates coming up. They're not announced. Just be on the lookout for them. Charlotte, Atlanta, Nashville, Huntington, New York is on sale. Ocala, Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida. These are all dates coming up, but there's other dates on there at jimbreuer.com. Okay, now, and somebody had to say it. I think we're going to hit 1.5 million viewers. 1.5 million viewers just by word of mouth. That's pretty cool. And then I wasn't sure about Silly in San Diego, and now that's averaging about 250,000 views a week on YouTube, and it's right behind somebody had to say it. So thank you, YouTube. And thank you for all the people that are enjoying those comedy specials. And I'm working on a new one, which is really funny because I was at this place called Off the Hook in Naples, Florida. And I was working on material. And one of the sets that I really enjoy doing right now, I haven't really done it in front of my wife yet. So, I mean, it's very open and honest, and of course, funny. Always has to be funny first. And I just wasn't sure because there's sometimes I'll work on stuff and then she'll see it and she'll be like, "Well, I don't know what she's talking about that," and then I get pissed. I'm like, well, you're not the one out there to. I want it. I think it's helpful. She's like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to talk. I don't want that. And then we'll go back and forth. And so this is a section where I don't want her to see it until I'm ready. So the first 2 nights, I did 3 shows. The first 2 shows, I did it, and then the next show, she showed up, and. I mean, I was like, "You going to the show tonight?" She's like, "Yeah." And she looked amazing. She's all dolled up. She looked incredible. And she also brought my daughter. My oldest daughter was visiting, and she's kind of in the bit too. And I'll just leave it at that. And I was like, "Oh no, I gotta do an audible." So I had to change over an hour of the set, and I completely went a different direction. But South Point Casino, Las Vegas, I'm going back to the set that I wanted to work on. So I might, hopefully I'll see you out there. All right. Now, I know a lot of people, it's all over the internet, blah, 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 about the last speech, Okay. Do you know what I'm referring to, Mike?
Nope.
The whatever I can't stand saying I don't like saying president because I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. I don't know if it's AI. I don't know if it's a real person. But I guess the person gave a speech, right? And it was it was I'm going to train people to see the lunacy of all this. The lunacy of all this to make it somewhat comical. Because you have all the hate fear Mongols, you have all the fake, little heroes that are running all over right now. Like, hey, I'm here for the military. Okay, sure you are. Hey, I'm here because I'm here for Ukraine, and I'm gonna. Okay. Okay, get back in your movie trailer. Take it down a little. So before we get into that, I guess Biden made a speech, and I'll tell you what, this may have been one of the fun from the minute I started watching this, I was howling with laughter, howling. You didn't see this, Mike?
No.
You can't even make this up. You can't. If I'm begging all of you to have a different perspective when you watch this, watch it on YouTube, watch it wherever you're going to watch it. It's Biden's address. Behind him is like blood red. The only thing missing was an actual devil blowing smoke. And there are two fake military Marine guys standing there. For all we know, they're mannequins. I don't know. This is what I saw. There's two mannequins standing. Where? You don't know if it's a green screen. It is the goofiest, most entertaining thing I've ever seen in my life. He comes out. The only thing missing too was like Godzilla music. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, gun, 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 please welcome your president. Gun, 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 gun. The blood, the red behind him. This was better than any Iron Maiden concert. Iron Maiden's character of Eddie has nothing on what Joe Biden's, whatever the fake character did to address the country. It was so. I wish this thing would go on tour. I want it. It should be Lady Gaga opening. And then no, I don't know. You do who's more evil? You should do a dance of evil. You do Lady Gaga tour, okay, where she comes out and she's got the devil horns and she's covering a one eye, and then have Taylor Swift come behind that and she's like, I just want everyone to vote, and people are like, and then bring that Biden set. The president, and I don't care if you're Republican, Democrat. To me, those are just words that are compartment. It's all part of the circus, people. Get out of it. He should be the closing show. With the music and the lights go out. Are you ready for the president of the United States of America? And he comes out, and he basically says. He says, and here's what it is too. It's like it's another show. Boom, 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 boom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States of America. Fear, hate, fear, hate, fear, hate, fear, hate, fear, hate. Where's Kathy Griffin these days? If you don't vote Democrat, then you're asking you will have a civil war. What a goon. What a goon. Take off the mask, Kathy. You've lost your mind. You've lost your mind. If you don't vote Democrat, then you're asking for, you would, she said, you will get a civil war. Says the one Well, who ain't? Let me get my following. Well, I mean, these people are crazy, crazy. I love Rosie O'Donnell. I think there's a part of her, but you're possessed, Rosie. Sweetie, you need help. You need your heart to be healed. Come on, man. Let that love in. Let that love in. The same people mad at Hunter Biden should be mad at Trump's kids. They weren't smoking crack with hookers. There's a big difference. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Listen, it's
Alleged.
a big show. Alleged. It's all alleged. It's all baloney. And that's what this whole podcast is. It's a big, they tell you, you're watching a movie. You're watching a movie. Movies are filmed 3 years before they come out. Think about that. Seasons of television shows are filmed sometimes 2-3 years ahead of time before they're aired. Think about, no, our government would never do that. Of course they wouldn't, because they care about you. You know what's crazy? All of it's crazy. This the goofiest. I've never. The guy's going. They're trying to divide. They're trying to make you hate. They're preying on hate. They want you to go after anyone that voted or affiliated with Trump. That's a little what I call extreme. Let's define the word extreme. Let's talk about extreme, because basically you got everyone that believes in hate, and that's what it is. You are pandering to hate. You don't love Joe Biden. You don't love what that stands for. You don't even know what you love for. You know, and it's both sides. Both sides need to stop. Both sides need to stop. This is comical now. This MAGA is extreme. I'm just going to be honest with you. They used the word fascist, extremist, threat. Not for nothing, but when you are taking my cash, this is not political. This is just common sense. When you're taking my money, I'm trying to deal with a wife who's had sickness for years and trying to balance that out, and 3 children, and other situations, trying to live financially the right way, trying to do the right thing. And you're taking my money and you're selling it, and you're just giving it away to another country to try to convince me we should go to war? Am I crazy? Because when I think war, I think of how many people have lost their limbs in the last one. And for what? What was the outcome? Was it democracy found? Was freedom found? Like what was? But it's not the people calling for this. It's not their kids. It's not their family. So when you're taking my cash, I mean, maybe I'm kooky. This is a little, even these thoughts may be extreme. Should I be more worried about taking my money and pushing to have people I know and their kids being sent to a war? I maybe I'm cuckoo, but I call that extreme. It's pretty extreme. Especially when I don't have a say in it. You don't have a say in it. But you're willing to sacrifice your life to stand behind what you saw last weekend. You're willing And is that out of a love place or a hate place? We got to be very careful here. Everything you watch, is it coming from love or is it coming from hate? Because it's basically that it. Kathy Griffin, as a person, I'm not talking about you when you make a tweet that says, if you vote Republican, there will be a civil war. That's coming from hate. And I feel like there's got to be love in you somewhere that can see through that. When people say stuff like that, where are you coming from? These MAGA. What is a MAGA? You're telling me anyone? So what's the difference between saying anyone that's gay is a threat to spreading monkeypox? If you're homosexual, you are guaranteed to spread monkeypox. Of course, that's nonsense. Of course, that's silly. But that's no different than saying, if you voted for Trump, then you are a threat to our democracy. You are extreme. How many rallies has this guy had, whether you hate him or like him? How many rallies has he had that ended in rioting, burning buildings down, intimidating people, walking through the streets, just having a lunch or a dinner, pulling human beings out of a car, beating them to death, going into neighborhoods, scaring people that had nothing to do with the entire situation? That's pretty extreme. It's very extreme. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what Webster's dictionary is about what extreme is. But I've never, ever heard of any. I mean, what does this guy get? 30,000 a show, 50,000 a show. People attending, 30,000 here, another 40,000 there, plus all that. So that you're talking about millions of people that have gone to these things. I have never, ever, 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 ever heard of them being a threat. Not one. Zero. That's pretty incredible percentage. So if you're backing this message, are you coming from a place of hate? Because if you are, you really have to think about that. Are you being played? Are you being played? Are your emotions being played? You know, natural society, one of the reasons why I go back to Africa a lot and I go to a lot of places that still the people live off the land is because when you look at natural humanity, there is no government. There's no government. They govern themselves. The people govern themselves. And it really blows my mind when people they use the words primitive or not advanced, all the brilliant voodoo words that make you think you're better. They're not educated. One of the most amazing things I heard Bob Marley say was, they were like, "Whoa, you don't have an education." He said, "Education. My mother teach me love and inspiration. If I was educated, I'd be a damn fool like you. Your education makes you think you're better, makes you think you're smarter. And that is the circus we live in. It's a I would say hiring 87,000, not hiring people to protect children, not doing something with the gas prices, not doing something with all our 401ks plummeting. 87,000 people to shake you down for more money. I say that's pretty extreme. I'm kooky though. I mean, that's just I'm a whack job.
What about the all the money they're spending on ammo and guns for the IRS? What's that about?
I call that extreme. You basically hired an army, an 87,000 person army. I'd say that's a little extreme. So, again, it's a show. Fear, hate, fear, hate. No one even offers hope. Do you notice that? There's never hope. It's either you do this or die. Kathy Griffin. If you don't vote Democrat, there's going to be a civil war. Well, thank you, Satan. Thank you, demon. I say let's have fun. You think MAGA people are a threat? Did you see those boat parades? They never ended with them invading towns and raping women and stringing up minorities. I mean, they were called KKK and everything else. And I'm not a MAGA guy. Do I want America great? Yeah, of course. I want life great. I want life great. The more you realized how you are being played, both sides being played, both sides, because that name sells. And our world is about selling. Our world is about a product that everyone, years ago, Howard Stern, when he was on the radio, you know how many people would listen to him because they hated him? And I never understood that. I was not someone that hated him. I enjoyed Howard. But the point is, people would tune in, just like sports radio, just like certain political radios. You'll tune in to hate. Think about that. You will watch something to hate it. You will listen to hate. I can't believe that. You watch the news to hate. These son of a bitches are just, you know how much energy that's consuming from you? Oh my God. Go take a canoe ride. Get on a bike. Why would you consume that energy? Because they can do it. Let's have fun. Let's have a reality game show. Listen, I'll guarantee you MAGA crowd is not a threat. I guarantee you take 10% of those Trump boat parades that scared the snot out of anyone that didn't like them. 10% of them will go out and get our supplies and do whatever we have to do to save this country. At least 10%. At least. Get on the boats and go get the supplies wherever they are. Go start a farm, but you also got to take the haters. And you're not allowed to talk politics. We'll have it as a game show. What a great reality show. We'll take Ben Shapiro and Rosie O'Donnell and put them on the same boat, and we'll make bets to see if they can last an hour out at sea together, trying to figure things out and trying to get our supplies that have been missing forever. It's just stuck in the ocean, wherever it is.
I would pay money to see that.
Who wouldn't pay? So that is what I'm saying. When you have our administration, your government that you think cares about you, telling you, if you don't vote, anyone that didn't vote for me, anyone that votes for him is a threat. Anyone that did is extremist, is a threat to our democracy. Take those people and put them on Trump boat. Anyone that had a Trump boat parade. I want all the Trump voters to come out of the woodwork and volunteer and show what a menace to society you are. And you guys get on boats together and we'll mic it all up. And you got to go get like our supplies. You got to go talk peace with Russia and Ukraine. Then you'll have my ear. But until then, this is all just a show. It's just a show. Nobody enjoys the division anymore. Nobody. So why can't we, I'm telling you, how much fun would it take the most liberal human being in the world and take the most conservative, take Rosie O'Donnell and you take Ben Shapiro, put him on a boat and go get the supplies. You go out, show us what extremism is. I mean, it's a joke. Okay, vaccinated versus unvaccinated, gay versus straight, gender versus this gender, guns, no guns, pro-abortion. When are you gonna wake up? Democrat, Republican. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a goof. It's a show. Bump, 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 bump. Fear. Bump, 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 bump. Hate. Bump, bump, bump. Fear. And don't let them bullshit you, man. They're going to start the circus up real soon. Don't forget they locked your asses down. Don't forget they forced you to do stuff to work, allegedly. Allegedly. We don't know that for a fact. So get your ass out of the circus and start realizing you're in one. Please, I'm begging you. Please, watch that speech again. And I think we got to do something to make it fun. We got to have either we should have live streams maybe with people on the left and people on the right, or they think they're categorized themselves. It's no different than someone saying, I identify as, okay, identify whatever you want to identify as. Well, then you did the same as if you say you're a Democrat or a Republican. I identify as a Democrat. Why would you do that? Why would you sell yourself short? I identify as a Republican. Why would you do that? Why don't you just identify as a person? And I feel this and I feel that. Why would you join a group? There are no groups. Humanity never needed governments. Never. I'm not saying we get rid of our government. I'm not saying any of that. But for the most part, what if all the government, our government, were just criminals that just got in charge? And we know nothing about it. What if? How did people stay in government for 30, 40 years? Anyone want to explain? They're voted in? Stop that. Stop. How do you start government with $150,000 and leave multi-millionaires? What do you think how do you think that happened? You think they're really smart in investing, and you think they're really smart when are you going to realize you can govern yourself? I remember growing up on a street. You knew who was the asshole and you knew who wasn't an asshole. And the ones that asshole, you had to keep them in check. Hey man, you're being a asshole. What do you say? You're being an asshole. Am I crazy, Mike?
Of course. We're all crazy, Jim.
I am crazy. So just to know, this whole show is just a goof. It's just a whatever. Stop. Don't get caught up in the bullshit. Don't get caught up in the nonsense. It's all just silliness. And all the celebrities that are coming out trying to stop. Until you're brutally honest, stop. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm very disappointed in Kathy Griffin. What a disturbing. You offer no hope, no happiness, no love. You come out and you say there will be a civil war. Do you know what it's like to lose someone that was in a war? Do you know what it's like to watch someone come home missing limbs from a war? Do you know what it's like to watch someone drink themselves to death from a war? Do you? I don't think so, Kathy. Let's get these reality game shows. Can we get some producers? Can we get some Trump people? Can we get some Biden people? Can we start making a sitcom where you got to live together? The Odd Couple? Good God, man. Here comes. I mean, how great of comedy can this be? This would be huge, Mike. How do we get this going? Here, I'm giving it for the world to create. Go create it. Because you're going to go create it. Go create it. Next on, whatever network, it's the Extremist Family. You have Extreme one side and the Extreme the other side. I'd watch that for hours. For hours. The lunacy of that. I'd watch it. For Kathy Griffin to say such a disturbing comment, I want her on the show. And who else can we pair? Who can we pair her up with? Do we pair her up with who do we pair her up with? Like Crowder?
No, oh my God, he would tear her apart.
Like Steven Crowder and Kathy Griffin. That'd be a good, or how about Tucker and just like the welterweights? Tucker who would he be equivalent to? But you get the drift. Let's put Rosie O'Donnell. You can put in with anyone. I love Rosie O'Donnell with Ben Shapiro. That makes me laugh so hard. That makes me laugh so hard. How about Candace Owens with Kathy Griffin? That'd be a good one.
That'd be something, yeah.
I would watch Candace Owens and Kathy Griffin. They got to live together. This is the new MTV Beach House. They got to live together. Forget the Housewives of Atlanta. Forget the Housewives of all this nonsense. I want to see the Extremist House. That would be hilarious. See, now Biden's speech would have been amazing if he ended with this. And to change this extremism, we're going to create reality shows because what you're watching is a reality show. Send the thunder. Marines. It's such a neat. Oh, my God.
All she's doing is stirring the pot, and it's the same thing she did when she held up the Trump head, a couple years ago. And she's just one of those people where she's been out of the spotlights for so long that she's like, oh, she wants to have her name out there again. It doesn't matter what extremes she goes to. Oh, there's that word again, extreme.
Extreme. Well, I'd be very careful if I was her because there's an internet list floating around of who went to Pedophilia Island, and I ain't making accusations, but I know one name I saw. Allegedly. Allegedly, not real. It's fake. It's internet goofiness, makes no sense. Matter of fact, I'm annoyed that list is out. And if anyone watched the scene in Pinocchio when they talk about Pleasure Island, did you see that movie, by the way? It's very interesting. Tom Hanks is doing a remake of Pinocchio, and they have the pub scene. I wonder if he's going to bring up the pub scene when they say, we steal stupid little boys, we bring them to Pleasure Island, and they don't return boys, with the evil laughed right after that. I wonder if that's going to be in the new Pinocchio with Tom Hanks.
I might watch it just for that, to see if they altered it in such a way where it's like, how
do you hide the scene where the pub says, we steal stupid little boys and we bring them to Pleasure Island, a Disney movie, and they don't return boys. Wow. I can't wait to see. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be really interesting. I love entertainment. Entertainment's incredible. Today was just pure entertainment. None of it's real. I'm not saying anything's right. I'm not saying anything's wrong. I'm just saying I wish every name I put out there, nothing but pure love, including Kathy Griffin. I don't know why you would say put out for the world to see. And yes, you say she's stirring the pot, but when you have a following, you have to know you have a responsibility. And that responsibility is not to cause havoc, hate, division, and evil spirit. And I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I am. There's times that I'm not happy with myself, and I'm not saying I'm the guy. 1,000% no. 1,000% no. If I ran for office, I'd have to make a lot. I'd have to bring out a list this right before we even start. Let's start here. I think I'm 18 years old. It's the first time I did mescaline. It's like, my kids don't know this, but we got to talk about it. I want to get it all out there. But the point is, that really upsets me when people push for something like that, when they're not going to be the ones sitting there trying to fight. It's a spit, in my opinion. You're spitting on anyone that's ever seen real action when you make such a reckless comment like that. It's a very reckless comment. And I would put it up there right with the whole holding the head. And whether you agreed with that or not, and I hope you didn't agree with that, because you need to check yourself as well as a human being. So let's all just be good human beings the best we can. Let's get these game shows going. Come on. Let's get Rosie O'Donnell. They all got money. Let's get there has to be more names, Mike. There's got to be like, you think like Roseanne Barr would want to do something? Like put Roseanne Barr on with, we could put her on with Kathy Griffin. That'd be really good too. I'd watch that. I think Roseanne would crush her. Roseanne was just psychologically just too much, too good. Anyway, that's how you do things. I'm offering a little bit of hope. which is more than what your leaders do. There's no hope. It's just doom, 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 hate, hate, hate. And stop sitting there, no matter what side you're on. If you're on one side and you're like, you believe they said that? You believe they said that? You believe that? How long are you going to do that? How long are you going to sit there and go, I can't believe that? How long are you going to do that? Well, after the next vote, they got you already waiting every 2 years, every 4 years. Things will change. Things will change. How long have you been saying that? Master of Puppets, pulling through. Master! Master! I was kind of all over the place today, Mike.
A little bit.
Do you think I lost everyone?
No, not at
No?
all. I think
Okay,
their ears are up and they're listening intently.
That's all I wanted. That's all I want. I just listen. Find some Bob Marley, okay? Find some Imagine by John Lennon. Don't let division overcome the division. Is what I was really trying to say for the last 45 minutes. Overcome the nonsense division, no matter whether it's your president, whether it's your leader, whether it's a celebrity, whoever it is. If they come out and they're pointing fingers saying that's bad, and they're lumping an entire society, turn around and find the love and heal it with humor and love, because they want you. It's too in a schoolyard. Don't you remember the schoolyard? I remember being I wanted that kid to fight that kid. What would it be like if those two fought each other? You think it's different on a government level? It's not. Have you ever listened to War Pigs by Black Sabbath? I learned more from those lyrics than any history lesson in school, which history is always, we know who's writing that. I mean, this should be history right here. Generals gathered in their masses. Who are the generals? It's your governments. It's the governments. Why do they get to decide for you, for me? How much they're going to take from us, why they're going to take, where they're going to, when they take our money, what they're going to do with it. Why? Why? For what? Just like witches at black masses. See, that's what people don't understand, that, oh, that's crazy. Is it crazy? Is it crazy to control that kind of energy? I don't think so. When you have television, evil minds that plot destruction. It's not loving minds. Loving minds don't plot destruction. Loving minds don't say, you know what? Let's just sit down and talk to everyone involved with who wants to create a war here. Let's have let's openly discuss so that the people can watch. I don't want to hear a speech. I want to hear the leaders of Russia and America and whoever else is at Ukraine. Let them speak on an open forum, since they're talking about representing me and you and their civilians and sending them off to be killed and taking their money to use to fund their games. Why is that so hard to do? Why is that so hard to do? It shouldn't be. If the decision has to do with my children, this is common sense. Sorcerer of death's construction. Sorcerer. You don't believe, it's really interesting. The same people that will go, like I have a friend, he's totally into science and doesn't believe in faith, and because it's not that he doesn't believe in faith, he doesn't believe in religion. He believes that all religion, it's been a hoopla and blah blah blah. And I'm not going to argue with that, and I'm not going to debate that. But but the same people that will go, they'll look at each book, the Quran, the Bible, whatever it is, the ones who go, well, man wrote that. I trust man wrote that, and I don't trust man, are the same human beings that believe the news and the magazines and the fake stats and the fake polls. They're the same people that don't realize there are people controlling that information. That's called manipulation. In the fields, the body's burning. Have you ever smelt the body burning, Kathy Griffin? I don't think so. And I don't think you want to.
Just her own.
Oh, damn.
Burn!
Damn, Mike. Damn. You went there. Anyway.
I did, because I actually just pulled up the lyrics for War Pigs, and I'm going through them, and I mean, this song came out on Paranoid in 1970. So
That's right.
for 52 years, the same thing has been happening, and it's just, the story's just been shifted to kind of change the paradigm of this whole show that we're in.
The entertainment just changes. I love this. Death and hatred to mankind. Hatred. Biden came out and he preached hatred. Hate anyone that's not like us, which is basically how I saw it. I'm not saying that's what he said. I'm not saying that's what they're extreme, they're fascist, they're a threat, they're evil. Hate, 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 fear, fear, fear. Time will tell in their making war just for fun. Just for fun. You ever see two bullies in a schoolyard and they make two kids fight for fun? I've seen it with my own two eyes. And you don't think as an adult people do that? That's good entertainment. Boxing, UFC, fake wrestling sells billions of dollars because of war and fighting. Fighting sells. War sells. You watched the Iraqi war because it was entertaining. Wow, look at us blowing things up. Be careful before you get caught up in the wackiness. There's a lot of wackiness going on right now. A lot of wackiness. Ugh.
You played when you did your special at the Paramount last year for Somebody Had to Say It.
Yeah.
I was in your green room and I noticed this sign which I took a picture of, and it's that simple. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. What are you being a dick for? Don't be a dick. There might have been some things I did today where I was a dick. I don't think I was a dick. Was I a dick, Mike?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
But anyway, whatever you're doing this weekend, don't be a dick. All right? Be careful of the evil. It exists. Be careful of the fake little names. This person's. Just be careful. Be careful. I don't know what's going on anymore. I really don't. I really don't. I don't know. It's such lunacy. It doesn't make sense anymore. It's bizarre to me. But all I know is that your spirit lives inside you, and it exists. And from the beginning of time, when you go to nature, when you go to the original humans, they have a spirit. They believed in gods. They had spirituality. They were in tune. They have souls. Then governments created whatever, and now here we are. I gotta get in my car and go to John and my 401k and listen to this guy. Republicans bad. Liberals horrible. Birth free. Take the guns away. Pro-abortion. It's all manufactured. It's beautiful. It's packaged, manufactured, sold, making money. We're better than this. We're so much better than this. We're so much better than this. Turn the circus off. Start and enjoy one another. Drop the politics. Instead of saying what sucks and who's evil, let's start figuring out amongst ourselves how to start making it better. And everyone else in the way, it's time to get them out of the way. Get them out of the way. Ignore them. No. We give you nothing. Right now, they need ratings. They need to sell products. They need you to be a consumer. I'm not consuming. I'm going to do my best not to consume. I'm not going to watch, and I'm not going to give them ratings, and therefore they won't get advertising. So Spread the love, spread the joy, and let's get these reality shows going. I want Ben Shapiro and Rosie O'Donnell on a boat getting our supplies. I want The Odd Couple. I want extremist right, extremist left in a house together living for 2 months. I want the unvaccinated with the vaccinated living in a house for a month. I want LGBTQ and totally like born again Christians together. I think that is the way we start solving things. It's entertaining. It's just to them. We'll make money off of what they created from advertising. This is at least we'll start understanding where each world comes from, and the joke will be on them, and we'll finally see that, oh, you've been playing us. Well, now we're going to play you, because now we're going to solve things through love, through understanding, getting along, laughing our asses off, and maybe helping. It's not going to be perfect, but at least I think we should give it a try. That's a little better than saying this side's extremist and this side's evil and we should start a civil war. To those people, push them aside. They mean nothing. They're peanuts. It's just a little. Let them go back on their perch. That's all. All right. Spread love, spread joy. It's not easy. It ain't easy. But worry about your wife this weekend. Worry about your kid. Worry about your niece. Worry about your nephew. Talk to your neighbor. Get to know your neighbor. Just strike up a conversation. We have to start giving each other some love. And yes, I believe in God. I believe in God. I know there's a God. I don't even believe in God. I feel what I call God. And I ain't trying to sell it. I'm just telling you. Maybe sometimes the salespeople that have been the way really ruined it for everyone. Maybe you don't need a salesperson. Maybe it's just you and Bear. Who says you can't do it? You can't talk to a God right where you're at right now. Who says you can't sit in your car? Who says you can't take a walk in the woods? Nobody. Let it all go. Okay? Give yourself a break. Spread love, laughter. Somebody had to say it on YouTube. Also, Silly in San Diego. Whew. That was a lot. And yeah, check out War Pigs by Black Sabbath. It's pretty eye-opening if you've never heard it. You don't even have to listen. Just look at the lyrics. Same song over and over. Bless you, my friends. Have a good one, and welcome for coming to the Breuniverse. I'll talk to you next week in the Breuniverse. Mike, good hanging out, brother.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Be safe. Bye. This is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Weekly, you host your own podcast, and you interview me. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.